All right, it's amazing here today. And we want to discuss about confidence. Confidence. I want to discuss about confidence. Do you think you have confidence? Do you think you're confident enough? And do you know what confidence mean? All right, I'm just waiting for the first person that's going to join right here today. Waiting patiently for the first person that will join right here that's going to join us. Let's talk about confidence. Let's talk about confidence. Of course, when you're confident, you believe in yourself. All right, so the question is, do you believe in yourself? Confidence is that fire within. So, waiting patiently for the first person that will be joining this live right now. All right, somebody is right here. All right, two. So let's talk about confidence. I know you like to stay to the end while we delve into this word confidence. Confidence is the fire within. All right, thank you for joining. You're welcome. You're welcome. If you don't have confidence, just wait to the end. Quickly, I'd like to bring you on board on how to be confident this evening, this morning, or this afternoon, or night, from wherever you're joining from. And if you this is your first time right here, kindly subscribe so that you get contents like this where we talk about real life situations, where we talk about things that can help you to rightly be better, to get better in life. So what's up? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever. Good evening today. So let's talk about confidence quickly. Okay, do you think you have confidence? That's the first question to start with. Do you think you have confidence? All right. Do you think you have confidence? This is going to be a very powerful, inspiring section that, of course, will teach you how to overcome fear. Will teach you how to overcome fear, will silence doubts, and will help you to show up boldly in, of course, every areas of your life, at work, in school, in high school, or whatever you're doing, either as a professional, as a young adult. This is going to teach you to actually be what you want to be, to help you to be who you want to be. Sometimes we really do not talk about confidence because this is a topic that probably is not something that is maybe underrated, right? But there's a need to actually really talk about this because not everybody is confident. But if you stay to the end, I'm sure you're going to get confident before the section ends right now. I want to talk to you about something that shapes destinies. I want to talk to you about something that would open doors for you. Have you seen somebody talking and fearful? Have you seen somebody talking and scared before? Right? I want to talk to you about something that will transform ordinary lives into extraordinary ones. From sports, I can mention persons in sports, I can mention persons in the government, I can mention individuals in all facets of life, in all areas of life that have applied this same thing I want to talk about. If you're joining for the very first time, kindly subscribe so you get contents like this. All right, so that thing is confidence, not arrogance, not noise. Confidence is that inner fire that makes you show up boldly, even when life tries to silence you. Do you get that? Confidence is that inner fire that makes you show up boldly, even when life tries to silence you. Have you found? I remember many years ago, while I was a little bit younger, in the toddlers class. I mean, in the children's class, that's in school, you find some very young, very small children those times. And when they tell them sit down, they will say, no, I'm not sitting down. Have you found something like that before? Or probably you have a child, you have a daughter, or you have a son, you're married here, you can hear me. Have you seen, do you have a child? Sometimes you say, go and bring that thing. And that child will just look at you in the face and confidently say, no, mom, I'm not bringing it, right? And you say, I say, go and bring it, and say, no, mom, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, there's a place of confidence there. Every child, I realize that there's a study that shows that every child was born with confidence. But at some point in life, it was killed. At some point in life, confidence phased out from individuals' life. While you're getting to the age of 10, you're scared about what life can be, and this begins to reduce. What does confidence really mean? Some people think confidence is loudness, when you're loud, shouting, screaming. No. Some people say, hey, that guy is confident, but for me, I'm not confident. No, it does not work like that. Some think it's being fearless. Let me tell you the truth tonight. This afternoon, this morning, or whatever is the time zone where you're joining from, confidence is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move despite fear. Confidence is showing up when doubt tells you to hide. Confidence is even speaking when your voice shakes. Confidence is taking a step even when the next 10 steps are unclear. Now, let's talk about Coke. Coke is what you find all over the world. When Coke was started that time, the company was started, it started like as if with no hope. Who knew that Coke would still be here today? Let's talk about Mark Zuckerberg. Let's talk about some of the top richest persons in the whole world. Let's talk about the president of different countries in the world. At the time, they were probably younger. They have been building that particular thing in them that they say, okay, I'm going to be this, and now I'm this. All right. Confidence is believing I deserve to be in this room. Confidence is believing that I deserve to be in this environment. I deserve to be in this room. Confidence is a mindset, not a mood. I want you to get inspired right now. I want you to get inspired today that confidence is a mindset. It's a mindset. It's not just a mood. You have to build that mindset to be confident. Where confidence comes from? Where does it come from? Confidence is identity. Knowing who you are. Now, let me ask you a question. Who are you? Let's begin with that. Who are you? When you know who you are, nobody can tell you who you are not. Identity, you have an identity. What's your identity? Now, take for example, like the other time I was using a father and a child. Have you seen a father standing behind a child, right? And probably, okay, I'm going to use an example of a father that has about two, three children, just for example, right? Now, imagine that the eldest child, he has two sons, the eldest child. Let's take, for example, if the eldest child is 10 years, and the next one to that child is, let's say, 4 years, for example. And the young one, right? That young one had offended the elderly child. I mean, the one that is 10 years. And that 10 years old child was trying to spank the 4-year-old child. And the 4-year-old child would do what? Immediately pick race. Yeah, I'm going to answer this question. Low-key, I don't feel confident because of last trauma and judgment. What do I do with that? Just stay till the end. That's Richard. Just stay till the end. I'm going to answer this question. When people judge. Now, look at the story of this young child I'm saying. One is 10, one is 4. That young child that is 4 already knew that he was going to be spanked because he had done something, either wrong or right. Immediately he runs to his dad, goes to dad and say, Dad, this, okay, let's say one of the child is, what name should I use now? Okay, the child, the younger child will run to dad and say, Dad, my brother wants to beat me. And dad stands right behind him. And the one that is 10 years old will be very, very angry. Now, what am I saying? The child already has an identity that, see, I'm the son of my father. Even though this is another son to my own, the same father. But one thing happens. This young man, this child, he would not touch me. He has an identity. He knows his father. Now, do you know yourself? Right? Just imagine somebody that has his father in the Navy, right? His father is a naval officer. And when he goes to school, he begins to brag about the fact that, see, my dad is an army officer or my dad is a naval officer, right? He takes that as an identity. Now, take, for example, the president of America, right? For example, let's just imagine one of the grandchild, or let's say the child to the president of America. That's the president of the United States. His child, there's a confidence. If, for example, he has a child that is 15 years old, just for example, there's an identity. He knows I cannot be treated anyhow. I am the son to the president, right? That's the way it works. Identity is knowing who you are. That's where it begins from. Is knowing who you are. When you know who you are, you stand up for who you are. You stand up for what you are. Right. Where confidence comes from. Confidence comes from preparation. Confidence grows with competence. Right? You can rise beyond what you prepare for. Now, I had a section here yesterday, right? And I was talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest footballer ever. He did not become confident by chance. He trained, he worked, he failed, he got up, he repeated that same process. Preparation builds boldness. Cristiano Ronaldo is, of course, we all know, you would agree with me that he's one of the greatest footballer ever. And I would say he didn't just rise to become confident, right? He trained, he worked, he failed, he got up, he repeated that same process over and over and over and over and over and over again. So if you're not confident, you're at the moment you're traumatized because of something. It could mean a state. It could be put aside as a state of maybe being traumatized with something that happened. You are being judged. You don't have to sit down and say, "Oh, right now I'm judged. Right now I don't feel I'm going to make it anymore. Right now, I don't feel I'm going to be what I want to be anymore. Right now, I don't feel the fire I used to feel within. You have to lighten up the fire. You have to stand up again. You've got to rise. Tell yourself, I will rise. That is how it works. Experience every small win strengthens you. Experience, when you have the experience, I want to let you know that every small win strengthens you. It strengthens you. The more you show up, did you get that? Confidence grows from action, not waiting. Confidence, the enemies of confidence. To build confidence, you must confront four enemies. Have you heard that before? That confidence has enemies. Confidence has enemies, right? Do you believe confidence has enemies? All right. Confidence has enemies. To build confidence of failure. To build confidence, I say it again, to build confidence, you must confront four enemies. Number one, number two, number three, number four. Number one, people who succeed fail more than others try. The fear of failure. You're scared you're going to fail again. You're scared you're not going to succeed at something. You have to know that one of the enemies of confidence is the fear of failing. Will I fail again? Probably in school, you're doing something, you feel you're not going to make it at it. That's the fear of failure. Number two,